What up, Boxing World, 12 Rounds TV. Adrien the Problem Broner versus Shawn Showtime Porter's final press conference just ended. And man, that was one of the wildest press conferences I've ever seen in a while. We all know Adrien Broner has always been a character. Every time he fights, he's loud, he speaks his mind, he taunts, he insults a little bit his opponent, or pretty bad. But anyway, this time, first off, Leonard Ellerby made a mistake of having Adrien Broner come to the stage first and say his piece, and all of a sudden Adrien Broner got up and made a comment saying, why does he have to go first, being on the A side? He's not on the B side. That was pretty funny. Anyway, he made a comment, and then obviously Shawn Porter came up and said his piece. They always calm, humble Shawn Porter. He's a good guy. He's a nice dude, and we all know that. He's somewhat religious guy, and no bashing there. No trash talking about Broner. Pretty much thanking everybody, from the sponsorship to all the way to the boxing fans, pretty much. Now we go to Adrien Broner, and right off the back, Adrien Broner started with calling Shawn Porter a football player. Like he said, he's fighting, and he went on. Adrien Broner went on to bashing or insulting Shawn Porter's dad, because like I said, I don't know the whole truth, but I'm sure Adrien Broner exaggerated a little bit about Shawn Porter and his father's relationship with each other. But it seems like to me there's a little bit of truth in it. Like I said, I don't know the whole truth, and I don't really know much about Shawn Porter's father. All I know is they work together, they live together, and obviously Shawn Porter is much humble than his father. His father, he tends to have a mouth, opinionated, not as much as Angel Garcia, Danny Garcia's father, but he's up there. He could be vocal. But anyway, so Adrien Broner goes on to rant and talk about how Shawn Porter's money is being spent by his father, and that they have a joint account, and that it's pretty much just bashing Shawn Porter and his father, that Shawn Porter is not making the most out of his money, that Shawn Porter's father is the one that's spending it. Adrien Broner even mentioned the cars that both Shawn Porter and his father drives, that Shawn Porter's father drive a better car than him, and even to the suit, he went on to the suit, that Shawn Porter's father was wearing a better suit than Shawn Porter himself. I guess I just want you guys, give you guys a little bit of my thoughts on this before I go on. Now, dealing or having business with family members such as Mayweather and his father, Shawn Porter and his father, or any other athletes for that matter that deals with their father or mother or family, pretty much family, right? Is sometimes difficult. We all know that having business with family is not such a good idea. Not for everybody, at least. I'm not generalizing, I'm not saying everybody, but when you deal with family, especially when it comes to business, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, things get worse. Things get from bad to worse, and things go wrong. When things go wrong, it goes wrong. Because you're dealing with family. There's nothing really you can do, because your blood, and especially when there's money, family involved, things get just ugly. Like I said, I don't know if Adrien Broner is saying the whole truth about Porter's father spending his money, having a girlfriend that Shawn Porter should have had, driving a car that Porter should have had, wearing the suit that Porter should have worn. I mean, the whole nine. Porter didn't have any comments or reaction while Broner was talking, on the podium. Nothing, nothing whatsoever. He just sat there and listened to everything that Broner was saying, and looking at the crowd. On the other hand, I guess it got to Shawn Porter's dad, whatever it is that Broner was saying, that all of a sudden Shawn Porter's dad started making comments about Broner's child support, about Broner not getting really the whole check or most out of his money because he's got to pay everybody. This is interesting because when Shawn Porter's father spoke and made a comment while Broner was talking, it kind of got to me. They're like, okay, this dude really does have a mouth on him. He seemed like a type of person that could maybe take advantage of his son a little bit, not much. Like I said, I don't know the whole truth, but just from judging it, from what I saw today, it seemed like Shawn Porter is the type of person that a good boy, follows his parents, and just say yes to everything. I'm not saying that Shawn Porter is not making the most out of his money, or neither am I saying that Shawn Porter is not getting paid at all. But to everything that Broner said there, even though it was over exaggerated, I believe there's a little bit of truth in them. Yeah, I hope you guys get what I'm saying. When you're dealing with family members, it's always hard. And why do you guys think Mayweather deals with his father and his uncles, right? But he's the one that wear the pants. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that set his foot down and say how he's gonna be, why is he gonna be like that, or when is he gonna be? You know what I mean? Yes, Shawn Porter deals with his father as well, just like Mayweather does. But I see it as Shawn Porter's father is the one that calls the shots. Like I said, Shawn Porter is not that type of person, right? He doesn't seem like the type of person that would demand and, set his foot down and demand things the way he wants it. Like, he's the type of person that's more of a follower. It's not a bad thing. It's just that I believe that he trusts his father so much that whatever his father says to him, he's going to do it. You know what I mean? Now, it's funny because when Broner started, going over and over and about how Shawn Porter's money is being spent, Broner also mentioned that Shawn Porter's father is the one cashing the check and paying off Shawn Porter versus Shawn Porter paying his father. Like what Broner said, I pay my father. And I don't know how true it is or what's the truth in them, that Broner had said that Porter, he's got to let his father live his life, let him live his life. That he's got to live. You know what I mean? Like he's got to have to be able to spend his money how he wants it and not have a home that both the son and the father live together, pretty much. But Broner said he's got to be independent. That's what it boils down to. Broner seemed to not like the fact that Shawn Porter is being ran by his father's ways, and that he's not being able to live his youth, his life, his dreams. I don't necessarily believe it, obviously. He's coming from Adrien Broner, but it's funny. But like I said before, or I said earlier, there's some truth a little bit in what Broner said. I think so. And it did hurt. It showed. It hurt a little bit because, Porter's father had to make a comment and, he couldn't take it anymore. And it is what it is, right? If that's what Shawn Porter chooses to do, follow his dad and live with his dad and, drive a car that maybe he really likes, the CTS that Broner was, clowning him on, small CTS, 2011 or something like that. I mean, if that's what he likes to drive, then that's what he likes to drive. I'm sure Shawn Porter makes enough money to buy whatever he wants, but maybe he just chooses to drive a little inexpensive car. You know, Adrien Broner, he's a flashy guy, likes to wear jewelry, drive expensive cars, wear expensive clothes, do expensive things, things in that nature. Total opposite. But not to mention, guys, both fighters, both Adrien Broner and Shawn Porter, are coming out of Cincinnati, Ohio. So just to let you guys know that they're both from Ohio, but they're fighting at MGM Grand on Saturday. The weigh-in, the official weigh-in, is going to be tomorrow, Friday. So you guys stay tuned for that, and please subscribe to my channel so you guys get my official weigh-in post-fight results review. That will be tomorrow after the weigh-in. So like I said, if you guys haven't subscribed to me yet, please do. I'll appreciate that. But anyway, so Broner kept at it and going on about how Porter's father is running his life. He's not approved of that. And then he goes on to where, as a matter of fact, I want you on the, about the billion side. I got the contract made up for you already. Come with me and I'm going to treat you right, let you spend your own money. So, oh man. We all know Adrien Broner was going to come out with something, right? He's going to say something funny. He already started it with, he said, "Why I got to go first, LRB?" And he said, "Get it right, Floyd." Floyd Mayweather right there in front started laughing because, contrary to popular belief, a lot of people don't like Broner, but also a lot of people like Broner because Broner is the type of person that sometimes you need in boxing. You need in such a very intense situation, very uptight situation like boxing, official weigh-in, official press conference, because you need somebody like that that's an entertainer per se, kind of like, to break the ice kind of stuff. I mean, Broner is that type of person. Like I said, I'm no Broner fan. I'm never a Broner fan, but he was three-time world champion for a reason. And like I said, on my post-fight, not my post-fight, but my official prediction of the fight, I said that I'm gonna go for Broner on this unanimous decision, all 12 rounds. And the reason for that is just watch my video of what I said. But anyway, so yeah, as the final press conference went on, Broner, he made a comment, and it was very interesting. After all the bashing and insulting, taunting, he made a comment. He said, quote unquote, he said that he likes Shawn Porter as a person because he knows that, Shawn Porter is a good guy, he's a nice guy, gentleman, humble. He just doesn't like the fact that his father is the one running him, even on the official, or not official, but the final press face-off. Broner actually called out Shawn Porter's father and said, "Come in here." And he made a comment also and said, "If I beat both of you guys, would I get paid twice?" I mean, yeah, obviously being funny and all this stuff, being, crazy. And a lot of people like him, and a lot of people don't like him for that. But it's entertaining, if not a lot of people can do what Broner does to piss people off and open his big mouth and make people laugh and entertain us and all this stuff. It makes the boxing, it makes sometimes a fight with this magnitude somewhat better, get a laugh out of it, Obviously it doesn't feel right, or it's not going to feel good against on Porter's side, being insulted in front of millions of people, and all people around the world, obviously being insulted like that, and being put your business out to the public, even though there's no evidence, or maybe Broner's just yapping his big mouth and saying some false stuff. But people like myself and some of you guys will have to think about that. We're like, maybe there's a little bit of truth in there. I mean, that's interesting. It was interesting to me, but I was like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. But like I said, I'm not basing the whole Shawn Porter's concept, Shawn Porter's persona based on what Broner had said. It's just that I honestly, truly believe that there's some truth in them, you know? It's funny, man. But, you know, I never really, I'm not 100% supporter of doing business with family. I just never was. I love my family. You know, I would love to do business with my family. It's just that when family's involved, things get a little crazy sometimes. And that's just experience-wise. You know, I'm sure some of you guys can relate to me, and some of you guys can't. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then all I can say is you gotta live a little bit more. Anyway, so yeah, we went on. Adrien Broner versus Shawn Porter. Their face-off on the final press conference. You know, more taunting, more. But take note that as the night, you know, gets late, and as the final press conference in the face-off gets in the end, Shawn Porter and Broner actually started talking. You know, I believe they started talking about the suit and stuff like that Shawn Porter was wearing. There was no bashing there. There was no really trash talking there. There was just conversation, healthy conversation about the suit. And as a matter of fact, Shawn Porter, you know, smiled at Adrien Broner, and obviously Mayweather got in the middle of both fighters, and you know, let's end this pretty much. You know, it's not like they were fighting or anything. It's not like they were cussing each other. No, it wasn't like that at all. It was just like, let's get this over with, man. You know, that's what Mayweather pretty much said. Let's get this over with, man. Let's go, Adrien Broner. Let's get some picture taking and let's go home. Pretty much, you know, that's how I got it. But there you go, guys. Adrien Broner versus Shawn Porter. You know, to be honest with you guys, I thought Shawn Porter was in favor to win, you know, in this fight. I thought it was going to be Porter versus Broner. I was surprised to see the poster behind him. It says Broner versus Porter. So I guess I was mistaken. I've been saying that all along. Because sometimes, guys, you know, you guys know, when I make my videos and stuff like that, I don't really, you know, look at the freaking screen or watch the news how I talk to you guys. Sometimes I look at my laptop every now and then, you know, to see what's going on. But other than that, I don't really pay attention who's undefeated or who's defeated before or who's in favor or not in favor, because I just, you know, I read the news and I read some articles and I watch a video or watch a movie or something like that on YouTube, and I get on with what I think about it. You know what I mean? That's how I think about it. You know, that's like I made a mistake. I thought the whole time I was talking about. I've been making a lot of videos already of Shawn Porter versus Adrien Broner, and the whole time I thought Shawn Porter was in favor to win. Both of them, both fighters have only one loss. You know, they're both champions. They're both great boxers, but obviously Shawn Porter preferred to fight Broner at 147, true welterweight, but catch weight demanded by Broner. Porter could not resist the amount of money he's getting, or his dad. No, I'm just kidding. So Porter indeed agreed to 144 catch weight and a 154 rehydration clause. Very interesting. And that's how, even though I really like Shawn Porter and I thought that he would win against, you know, Broner, I didn't like that fact of the rehydration clause. You know, forget the catch weight. The 144, forget it. Okay, let's say, okay, Adrien Broner has an advantage doing that. Got it. But let's not read the whole situation. For me, the biggest deal for me is the rehydration clause. I don't like that 154 rehydration clause because it limits, it limits Shawn Porter of the usual rehydration weight that he's used to. You know what I mean? He's a true welterweight. You know, he's agreed to 144 catch weight, but you know, with that rehydration clause, I don't know about all that. That's why it made me pick Adrien Broner to win the fight, and that's just being honest. You know, like I said, I'm not picking Adrien Broner to win by knockout nor even a knockdown. I don't think there's going to be any knockdown or knockout in the fight, and if there is, I'll be very surprised and be happy to watch it and see it coming from both fighters. You know, I don't mind seeing a knockdown or a knockout at all, but I just, if I was to put money in this fight Broner versus Porter to be on a safer side, then I would have to go with the guy that demanded the catch weight at 144 and the rehydration clause at 154, and that's Adrien the Problem Broner. Because, like I said, Broner is no true welterweight, and Broner opted to go up to welterweight, not all the way up to welterweight with a catch weight of 144, but still, Broner got the skills. He can beat Porter, and vice versa. Like I said, I'm just being on a safer, in my opinion, safer bet that if I go Broner, I think I have a better chance of winning. You know, maybe 60% versus 40%. Not much, but still, you know what I mean? You guys get what I'm saying. So let me know what you guys think. Adrien the Problem Broner versus Shawn Showtime Porter, the good guy. It's like one of those fights again of the good and the bad. Good versus evil. We'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. And guess what? This fight actually, Broner versus Porter, wasn't exciting before today. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people know, you know, Broner and Porter were going to be fighting, but it wasn't as exciting now to watch than before, because after the crap talking, insulting, taunting on the final press conference, it made it interesting. And it made it interesting because, you know, that's when, I'm not sure if, you know, Porter is taking Broner that serious to where he's going to want to whoop his butt that much harder. But it's interesting now, you know. And it's going to be more interesting tomorrow when the official weigh-in happens. So you guys stay tuned for that, like I said. Please subscribe to my channel. Leave me some comments. Please like, subscribe, and thumbs up, and +1 my videos if you enjoyed it. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.